What's going on YouTube? This is Boxingwave. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Quick video. I'm not going to hold you guys. Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Amir Khan is finally interested in getting this fight with Kell Brook. Kell Brook has already respawned. He doesn't believe it, but he's down. He's down. And this is one thing that I've always said whenever I brought up the two of them. Amir Khan will never fight Kell Brook until he's at the end of his career. That's a good fight to always have on your back pocket. And I still want to see it. I still really want to see that fight. You know, I hope they don't try to make it some crazy pay-per-view. At least for here, they definitely won't. I mean, I don't know about out there. It might be a pay-per-view out there. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, as a fan of them both, I still want to see that fight. I would still love to see it. You know, I mean, obviously the two of them they're outside of their prime. They both recently lost to Terrence Crawford. Amir Khan, they did get a fight in there towards the end of 2019 against Billy Dibb. So he did get a win after that loss to Bud. But he hasn't fought at all in 2020. So it's been over a year. It's probably been like a year and a half now. And then Kell Brook recently lost to Bud a couple months back. But at least we saw him make the weight. He looked great. I mean, great physical shape. I mean, he boxed well. He boxed better than Khan boxed up until the point he got knocked out or stopped. They both don't seem to be really durable at this point. And that's what makes the fight kind of fun still, because even though these guys have been stopped, they've both been stopped. Kell Brook has been stopped 3 times now. All 3 losses by stoppage. I mean, even back in the day, Carson Jones almost damn near stopped him in that first fight. You know, he took a beating in that first fight. Came back and destroyed him in a rematch. But you guys remember the fight. Then Khan, we already know his story. He's been knocked out. Danny Garcia, Breedis Prescott. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford with a technicality in there, you know. He's been dropped. They're both past it. They're past it, but they're still really good. Kell Brook had some success against Bud. Khan still has extremely fast hands. Fun fighter to watch. Love him or hate him, he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. That's why the pay-per-view with Canelo still did well. Some people were still really excited about the fight. And he did good against Canelo in that fight. For the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 rounds. Did pretty good. I still love the fight, man. I want to see it. And it actually crossed my mind once Kell Brook lost the fight. I probably didn't say it on camera, but I said to myself, I think Amir Khan will probably be willing to fight him now. You know, because I don't think it was ever about Khan thinking he can't beat him, was just strictly ducking him because he don't think he could win. It was all more about the risk involved in an award. Wasn't big. He didn't want another fighter coming up off his name like Danny Garcia did. So he didn't want to give Brook that opportunity, because I always saw that fight as a 50-50 fight. Actually was leaning a little bit towards Brook. I mean, even years ago. I'm talking about when they both were undefeated. You know, we're talking about back when they did interviews together, talking about possibly fighting each other. Brook at that time, he didn't accomplish anything yet outside of the local fights. I mean, even before Sean Porter, it was Devin Alexander. That fight failed like 3 times. And that, at that time, would have been his biggest challenge. He fought Porter, he came to America and won against an undefeated Sean Porter, which was a very, very good win, man. Good win, clean win, kind of neutralized Sean. It was good. Khan, on the other hand, he has his good wins, but he's had his up and downs and had his big losses. Came up to welterweight, had a nice little run. But then when he fought Canelo, he took a big punch, man. Got knocked out. But he has a good name, and this is why Bud and eventually fought him. Not much of a challenge for Bud though. So anyway, listen, it's a big fight. I would think that it's a big fight in the UK solely based on their fans. They're a little bit more loyal to their fighters than American fans. You know, if an American fans, a lot of hardcore fans here, they're fans of you as long as you keep winning. Once you lose, it's kind of like, a lot of fans kind of fall back. Out there in the UK, doesn't matter how many times you lose, man. As long as you keep fighting, they kind of support you. So I would think that fight would be a big fight out there. Hope it's not a pay-per-view, but I would think that would still be a good fight. And I'm sure if it wasn't due to social distancing, I'm sure they can still, to this day, fill out an arena out there. Those British fans are going to come out. I personally still want to see a fight. And the winner of that fight, you never know. I don't think either one of them could be champion again at welterweight, but they'll be a good name for anybody that's a top contender or an up-and-coming fighter. Like, let's say Khan wins, or even Kell Brook win. Let's say either one of them wins, right? And they look impressive doing it. Who's to say that they can't fight a Danny Garcia, who recently lost to Bud, lost to Porter, lost to Thurman? Khan can have his rematch against Danny. I'm sure he'll be interested in that. Kell Brook and Danny, we never saw that fight. It was just another fight that we just didn't get to see, So I think the winner, it would open some doors, not for the super elite, but it will open some type of doors, for whoever wins. Still a good name to have. I'm not so quick to just write all these fighters off that lose. Now, we're comparing resumes and we're comparing fighters directly. I'm not going to sit here and try to boost their wins or try to knock them down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll compare it fairly. We're directly comparing two fighters. But we're just talking overall. They both had good careers. Khan, definitely the bigger star. Definitely had the better wins, the better fights, the tougher fights. Absolutely. Brook had tough fights. Lost just about all of them. Beat Sean Porter. But outside of that, all his big wins were kind of local. But this is still a good match. And I think either one of them is capable of knocking out the other. I know Khan is fast. I know he's not a knockout artist. Neither is Kell Brook, really. But they both can crack. And I think they're both pretty durable. I mean, they're both not really durable. Khan never really had a reputation. He's always had a reputation of having a glass jaw or whatever. And then Brook, more recently, getting stopped by Spence. All of these guys. So I think a knockout is very capable on either side. It's still a really good fight. And I think if we really saw the fight, I think there will be a knockout. I don't know by who, but I want to see the fight, man. And I hope it's at welterweight. I think it's only right. But if it's not, whatever they agree to is fine. All right? I like the fight. I want to see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And who would you pick to win? I really don't know. I would say that when they both were a lot more relevant, I kind of was leaning towards Brook back then. I'll be honest to say that. I was kind of leaning towards Brook. All right? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.